Okay. So, in case you were living under a giant boulder, the one that SpongeBob and Squidward took to deliver that pizza, the Krusty Krab pizza, that tournament was incredible. Lasted for about a strong 6 hours, and I could not have imagined spending 6 hours better. It was a lot less cheesy than I anticipated. I was expecting nothing but one-handed swords and shields to eventually be put on their back because the shields would eventually shatter, and just one-handed supremacy, with the occasional messer or two. As it turns out, the messer is the kingpin of this genre, and we will all bow low beneath it. One day, the messer will rule the entire world, not just this genre, but this is just a gateway. This is the start of the messer singularity. But anyway, there was a player, Reion, I believe that's how you say it, the player's name, R-E-I-O-N. He was using the Maul, and he freaking slaughtered 2 people that were using the one-handed sword. And there was so much talent on display with that Maul, like that was definitely the highlight for me, that I must now become a Maul main, plain and simple. No ifs, ands, or buts. I will now become addicted to this freaking weapon. Oh my goodness, it was insanity. There's no real English language words to describe what this dude was doing with the Maul. Oh my god, I remember that move he pulled where he did like a reverse overhead feint into around the world horizontal slash. It was something that made everyone go wild, including myself. Oh my goodness, dude. So, because of that, I am going to use them all for the entirety of today and maybe the rest of time. I was trying to use it in 1v1s, but 1v1s I realize now, takes too long. Takes too long, and, you know, if I end up going against someone who doesn't really know what they're doing, can't get that much experience, so 3v3 is kind of perfect. I can find a wider sample size of players. Of course, unfortunately, sometimes jumping begins, and things like this happen, where you can't really display too much talent. And that's ultimately, you know, why you fall back to 1v1s, right? But for the most part, these 3v3s usually go with 3 individual 1v1s. And if it gets too crazy, and 1v1s aren't working, I can just go to TO.
Best to you.
No. I refuse to be kicked.
The order is victorious.
Yeah, this dude.
3, 2.
What did I think?
1.
What did I not think? That was amazing. And Reion has transformed me. He's become a guru, and I will make a shrine to him one of these days, because I am using the Maul for the rest of eternity now. Like, this thing was always satisfying, but I think everyone agreed that it's not good. But, I mean, what he did to those poor one-handed sword players will be spoken of to our grandchildren. I can still see that maneuver he pulled on that poor guy, where he turned his back and just went around the world to end that person's bloodline. So I have to. I have to follow suit. I have to become a Maul man. Only way. Only way. And there are a couple other things that I learned through that tournament. 1, I need to cut out my dodges. Dodges eat up stamina. You need to just not miss attacks. You use the dodge to save yourself if you miss an attack. And I also need to stop going for so many counters. Ripostes have a place in this game. Ripostes are really scary. Even with the Maul, this thing's riposte overhead especially is crazy fast. So, I definitely learned a lot from that tournament that I will apply immediately. I mean, look at the speed of that. Who knows what he tried to do? But lightning quick.
3.
So I am so glad I watched that tournament, man. Tons to learn, tons of entertainment. That was amazing. And it was very nice to see everyone was nice and respectful, you know, no real cheese, no one complaining about stuff, even though it's very easy to complain about some of the things going on. But it's nice to see that this community is so It's so swell. So very swell. And still, I am shocked to see that one-handers were not all over the place. Of course, the Messer,
The order is
we all bow low to the Messer. But I was really expecting one-handers to just be everywhere and, you know, a lot of complaining and stuff to happen about it, but what do you know? They're not uncounterable. I'm not saying that. It's just they're a lot easier to wipe people with. But I think it's a scenario where top-tier players negate one-handers, you know. They know how to maneuver around them, how to beat them. But against your average Joe, who doesn't really have a grasp of the game, it's a lot easier to beat that person with a one-hander than a two-hander. Yeah, dude, the riposte is such an important mechanic. I don't know why I go for so many counters. I guess because it feels like a display of skill, you know. You're reacting to the attack, you're taking your turn faster, but ultimately counters don't lead you, or they don't give you a lot of damage. I can fully admit that when I'm going for all these counters, I'm usually not hitting the person. I'm just getting into a back and forth, where little damage is actually being dished out. But riposte, they're scary. They're hard to react to. For the most part, you're safe in doing so. Riposte are really what you want to have to look out for. And another thing is, when you're doing counters, you only have two options. Either you let that attack go, or you feint it into another attack. With riposte, you can do any maneuver. You can do a kick, you can feint the attack into a kick, you can do a jab, you can also feint counters into jabs. That's another thing I should note. You could whip out a special if your weapon's fast enough. People respect riposte a lot. With counters, you kind of know what's coming.
the fighting pit.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just look at the speed of these ripostes from the Maul. I think I'm a default, so let me make sure it's selected.
3,
Okay, no, I'm back to my
2,
customization.
1, fight!
Of course, my controller, I'm still waiting on my controller to come in. Look at the speed of that. No one's countering that. Super scary. Me and you, let's go.
The order is
No. That was
victorious.
cute. Cute try.
3, 2,
Yeah, implementing
1.
riposte into my moveset is going to be a big help. Big help, because I go for way too many counters. Which is funny, because I'm not a counter master either. There's plenty of attacks I don't end up countering. Because when someone mixes it up and stops them doing so many slashes, especially with one-handers, that'll start to freak me out. Oh. Look how fast that is. I'm going to break his shield in a second. And then, of course, when you're low on stamina, that's when you should start countering. If you're full on stamina, you shouldn't be trying to counter every attack that you see. I won't heal, I don't need to. Okay, I see the play here. Dodge. Look at that. Right there. If you wanted an example, that's your perfect example. She dodged and a lightning fast overhead just came out. Incredible. If you're full on stamina, you don't have to be doing counters.
Alright!
You don't want to heal? Okay. I mean, I didn't heal, ultimately. Almost. Nice. See, that's a scenario where you want to do a dodge cancel, when you're missing an attack.
3,
Instead of just, you know, hitting, dodging,
one.
That just drains your stamina. Oh, I tried to do a heavy slash. Even coming from a heavy attack riposte. It's lightning
3,
quick.
2, 1, fight!
And then when you start mixing up your attacks, people are going to freak out. I mean, granted, this dude doesn't seem to go for any counters at all. I honestly should just be kicking him, because I think he'll let me. I think I can kick him again, as a matter of fact. Yeah. No. No. And with the Maul, try not to let yourself get kicked. Try to always have an attack going. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Interesting. And with the Maul, you can easily win the stamina game. Look, she's out of stamina. Next one, she's gonna have no stamina. Oh, your fist. No, no, no. Don't throw it at me. You'll regret it. I'm telling you. Alright, let's go. I don't need my health back. You're right there. Perfect time to dodge. You miss an attack, that's what the dodge is for.
2, 1, fight!
So you gotta work on your accuracy if you're missing a lot, forcing you to dodge. I think I'm just gonna kick this dude again. Look at that. I think he would have hit me if he missed, but that was freaking beautiful. This weapon is so satisfying to use. I've been inspired to become a top 50 Maul player. Worldwide. I'm kidding, of course, but I have to use this thing after seeing that. There's no way I'm going to ignore the Maul's existence after what this dude pulled in that tournament. I would be remiss. Is that the correct word in this scenario? He starts off every match the same. Nice stab.
Aye. Aura. Down. All right. Yeah. Aye. Aura. All right. Aye. Aura. All right.
You don't want to heal? Okay. That's honestly what makes the Maul tick. Using your riposte. You have no health.
The Order is victorious! 3, 2, 1, fight!
What a beautiful weapon. I wouldn't recommend using the Maul's stab too much. It has a horrendous stab. I'd really want to shatter this shield, so I'm just going to hit him until that shield breaks. Or he dies. Do wish its heavy overheads did 90 damage base, so it could one-shot archers, but so be it.
Thank you.
Almost. That missed, did it now? Dodge? Yeah. If someone's dodging like that, they're gonna have no stamina.
Aye. Yes.
It can get disrespected a lot. Right there, I tried to dodge that on reaction to seeing what it was, but I was way too late. I don't know where her stamina went. What do you, What's up? That was kind of rude, not gonna lie. She didn't deserve that. Oh my goodness. Reion, you god. Thank you for shining the light upon so many of us. There has to be a surge of Maul players after that. There's no way we could all witness that and not become inspired. Yeah, so number one thing I'm trying to work on with this thing is, one, do not miss attacks. If I miss attacks, it's going to force me to dodge, wasting stamina. Use riposte. Once I'm at, like, below half stamina, use the counters to get your stamina back. Yep, it eats up dude's stamina, it shatters shields. It's very good. Those ripostes are crucial, too, because it gets disrespected so much. What happened regarding what? What's going on right now, or the tournament that I keep talking about? Basically, if that's what you mean, there was an amazing tournament, some of the best players in this game, and there was a guy using the Maul called Reion. The Maul, if you don't know, is considered a very bad weapon by most people. And this dude Reion used this thing in the tournament and whooped two one-handed sword players.
3, 2, 1, fight!
He was inspiring. unfortunate. What about you, sir? Come on. So, after seeing that, I have to become a Maul man. Plain and simple. There's no alternative. Look at that. Look at that riposte, man. Oh my god. People talking about weapons breaking initiative. What weapon is going to stop that initiative?
Fight!
I wouldn't recommend this.
The order is victorious! 3, 2, 1, fight!
Yeah, man, that was ridiculous. I mean, the amount of fear that they had. Who fears a Maul? You know? When you see this thing, you just swing, because then it can't do anything. But these dudes were just in shock at what he was doing, including I, and I'm sure many others watching. That was ridiculous. I can still see it flashing in my head. Of course, I don't ever expect to reach such a level of control and mastery, but I can sure try to get better with the weapon. You gotta make people fear you with this thing. It's easy to disrespect that. If someone knows you're gonna go for heavy attacks and stuff, they can just hit you. That's what was shocking me so much, is that when he was going for these crazy maneuvers where he was doing round-the-world drags and stuff, why weren't the one-handed swords just, you know, pressing attack? You don't even have to jab. The sword, its regular attacks are almost as fast as the jab. Just slash him right out of that for 40 damage. Well, no, they were showing him tremendous respect, and I mean, he gave it to him, didn't he? Wicked sick. Who beat him? Because I was watching Beard Bandit's stream perspective, and I don't believe he spectated who got Reion out of the tournament. Does anyone know? Because I would have loved to see all of his fights if possible. Excuse me. Yeah, hopefully there's a good sample size of players in here, because honestly, I fear if I go to team objective, I won't even find full lobbies, because the matchmaking has been bonked globally now. So lobbies are usually not full. And of course, you can't get those high skill engagements going.
2, 1, fight!
I think this is the dude I was fighting against. Let me fight this guy, please. Oh, there's an archer. I'm so sorry.
That was regrettable.
You want to heal? Come on. Dodge? No. Too formulaic.
3, 2,
It's a shame we have a damn archer.
fight!
I'm trying to help. Of course, if we had a regular dual server on console, I would love to go there, but 1v1s, unfortunately, they're just a bit too slow. And you know, if it's someone who isn't the best, it's kind of just going to be an uneventful 5 rounds.
Agatha is victorious!
Hopefully they get a teammate.
2, 1, fight!
I'm just trying to go into the hyperbolic time chamber right now.
Long live Agatha! Hey, thanks!
I have no problems with this. Who am I fighting? You? Okay, let's go. Let's go, gamer. This guy dodges and slashes a lot. Dodge? Yeah. He missed that. He would have interrupted me, but he missed.
Yes!
See? Disrespected. Of course, I mean, he just didn't read that overhead.
3.
But if someone that lets you get the riposte going, then the fear factor is going to be on max. I would just hit this guy, but that's a bit overkill. They could just kill him. I'd feel way too guilty if I just team killed the guy for playing the archer, even though I completely disagree with the choice. And the fact that they jumped that guy and not the archer, which means now one of them is dead. What was the plan there? He has no health. Nice.
I dare say you matched even my own skill. The training you must have gone through. Skilled in the arts of war? Turn around! They flanked us! Men, about base! They're encroaching on our rear.
We going? What do you, Come on. Come on, gamer. Oh my god! No, no, no. Turn cap. I mean, that was already... That was already approaching
Fight!
maximum overdrive right there. It's not too often you get to spin as a console peasant. Why don't they go after the archer first? Oh, he handled his business. He threw the hammer at him.
You give me cause to perspire!
Please, give me a nice 3v3 with a full team and some select 1v1s. That's what I need.
I'm coming!
Are you? I need the training now. Can't wait any longer.
Tournament
I was
time.
tempted to I was tempted to break my sleep schedule to get on the mall after that tournament ended, but it was way too late, and I was extremely tired. Ooh, perfect.
Aye.
All right. Interesting. Have you given up, and you're just gonna press buttons? Almost. No. Oh my god. Okay, okay, okay. I can deal with this.
3, 2,
I can deal with this.
1. Fight!
Yes.
You fool. Now look where you are. Of course, your friend's gonna be shown no mercy. How could we?
The order is victorious. 3, 2, 1. Fight!
Yes, sir.
Until your friend comes back. Of course, the Maul is, ironically, one of the best ambushing weapons in the game, as it can one-shot every class except the Vanguard, leaving them at jab health. Nice counter overhead, gamer. You gonna do it again? No.
The order is victorious. 3, 2, 1. Fight!
Yes.
No, sir. Can't miss attacks. Can't afford to miss.
The order is victorious. 3, 2, 1. Fight!
Aye.
One shot. Where's your health? Good attempt. Whoa. Is that a slash feint? You're gonna hit her, right? There you go, sir.
The order is victorious.
I'm on a rampage kill streak in Arena. Didn't even know that was possible.
Fight!
Yeah.
What's the plan here? To get hit from behind? Nice. No.
Agatha is
Oh, scheiße.
victorious.
I didn't think she'd recover from that.
3, 2, 1. Fight!
How much damage does this thing do in a throw? Who knows. No. No. I suck.
The order is
Well, there you go. Try again. Yeah, using them all when you're surrounded, not so sure about that one. I don't think you should be allowed to get a heavy slash off when there's two people around you with them all. Unless they're both using the Executioner's Axe or something equally slow. I think the Maul is actually a much better weapon
tournament grounds.
fighting
Arena.
experienced players than inexperienced. Because an inexperienced person, they're just going to see you. They're going to maybe see your wind-up, go for a counter slash, and if you don't nail the timing to where you can avoid the counter and the hit, but actually hit them as well, maybe you're good, but that's kind of hard for me to do. But against a person who's good at the game, respects initiative and stuff, they usually treat them all with more respect, which allows you to get away with dirtier things.
3, 2.
When I'm fighting a short
one.
sword player who has no
Fight!
idea what they're doing, it's a bit of a hell on earth. What the heck is going on here? That's an overhead. You were doing overheads before. Come on. I'm gonna win the stamina game. Oh, yeah. Hello.
Agatha
What?
is victorious.
It looked like he slid on the sand for a second.
3, 2, 1. Fight.
Oh, that's why. What's up? Oh, I had it ready. Okay, good. We have a third teammate. That's all we need.
Agatha is victorious. 3, 2.
Man, it sucks because
One.
before I was broadcasting, I
Fight!
was getting some really good arena matches. What's the plan here? Nice kick, gamer. No. What are you doing? No.
Agatha is victorious. 3, 2.
Also, less crouching.
one.
That's another thing I should have
Fight!
mentioned. Another thing I learned from that tournament is stop crouching so much. When I learned the maneuver, it kind of just became a bad habit. Ooh, nice try. I can do slashes like feints as well. Oh, I didn't think he'd hit that. Almost.
The order is victorious. 3, 2, 1. Fight.
Take the fight to the orchard!
No, what's the plan here? I'm just gonna kick this guy, because he'll let me. Matter of fact, I think he'll let me do it again.
Yes!
Very patient, at least. Don't go for any counters, though,
Is
which
victorious.
just eats up your stamina. That's what the counters are for,
3,
ultimately. Keep your
2,
stamina up.
1.
Sure, they're a good display of skill, and, you know, it leads to those funny back and forths where you can't hit each other for, like, 6 exchanges. He stabbed around his teammate. How good is this dude? He can take on 2 dudes in the next. Okay. I'm glad I waited before I drank my lemonade.
Agatha is victorious. 3,
Excuse me.
2, 1. Fight.
Why is their hair stuck to the bottle? What's up? Where's my teammate? What if I one-shot you? I don't know how good this thing is as a throwing weapon. Damn.
The order is
Did I pick the one up from the wall?
victorious. 3, 2, 1. Fight!
Ligma Muff, I just realized. Alright, he gave up. Yeah, see, in that scenario, dodge to save yourself. Very comfortable countering slashes. That's alright. Maul is the king at getting you kicked due to team damage. Since it has the highest team damage in the game, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you'll get kicked by the time you deplete a teammate's health bar, because I remember a person trying to team kill me with the Maul, and they got kicked just as they downed me, which no other weapon can do that, I think. So be very careful in team objective using this thing. 3 mistakes and you're getting a warning. I think if you do a special attack on a teammate that's a knight, it does 40 damage, which is like them getting shot by a teammate's ballista.
Courtyard! Arena!
Hope he gets teammates. If not, I hope they let me do the fighting. I don't even care about the levels of the people that I get paired up with. I just need to use this thing. I need to unlock true mastery. I want to become Reion's apprentice. I want to shine his boots.
Courtyard! Arena!
Spit polish them, as a matter of fact.
5, 4, 3, 2.
That's a
1.
good question.
Fight!
I don't know how the kick system works for damage, but it gives you a higher penalty the more damage you do with each hit. So the higher damage weapons, they get the warning faster. Like if one of these teammates was AFK and I hit them, you'd see I'd get the warning very quick. As a matter of fact, in that last match, you saw the warning pop up very quick. But if I did that with a sword, for whatever reason, dudes with swords and stuff can down you and kill you and still don't get kicked. I don't get it. It's a weird system that just doesn't work, I'm pretty sure, like many other things in this game. Did I just do that? Oh god. That's what I need to do next, huh?
The order is victorious!
I need to do that to
3,
someone.
2, 1. Fight!
But most players, they won't let you do that. They'll just hit you when they see your back turned. You're not going to throw that at me, are you? You fool. Now you're going to get 2-shot. Yeah, whenever someone tries to throw something at you, if you are close enough to them, try to counter it. To just rush straight at them with an attack. Or if you have another plan, you can use it to get a riposte.
Yes!
Also, if you ever want to practice Maul supremacy yourself, there is a Maul on this map for some reason. It's right here. I don't know if it's a reference to something. Oh yeah. Let me do it. Dude's probably like, man, I went away from Chivalry Medieval Warfare and I gotta deal with this spinning nonsense. That's an overhead. Oh my god. I don't know what he tried to do, but he got walloped. Oh my god. Really? Oh goodness me.
The archers! Kill them!
Cudgel. I love it.
Hey!
45 damage.
Yes. You are more than meets the eye.
Does anyone else have this out-of-breath breathing issue whenever you play Arena? Either 3v3 or 1v1s where there's constant labored breathing throughout the entire event. Sometimes it gets so bad I have to turn off my game volume because I can't cope. Like, what kind of arena is this? Feel me?
Yeah. Yes.
I got way tripped. Man is dodging a lot. Very patient. Are you animating? Out of range. That was very good. When you hit the ground like that, you recover faster, which is why I'm allowed to get those cheeky jabs. Very cheeky. He has no stamina. If you don't go for those counters, you're gonna have no stamina. Oh, I thought he was gonna kick.
15 seconds is victorious.
You're gonna hear that for the rest of the thing,
1.
I think.
Fight.
Alright, I'd like to get my revenge, sir. This guy doesn't go for any counters, so I'm just gonna keep doing these repulse overheads, because it'll run him out of stamina. No, no, no.
The order is
Oh, God.
victorious.
Not sure
3,
what he thought
2,
was happening.
1.
But that was not the correct
Fight.
response. Yay. Oh, God. I looked away like that because I was just out of reach. Oh, my goodness. So by looking away, I could extend it as much as possible to land that attack.
Fight.
Stuff like that you just almost cannot do with other weapons. There you go. Look at that riposte. Almost! Almost let me get away with something very dirty. No. No, no, no. Try to always have attacks going. Don't let people kick you while you use this thing. Someone blocks the attack, keep the swing going. Because I notice when I use the Maul, people really like trying to kick me. I don't know why. I guess most Maul players are very defensive. It wasn't as bad as I thought. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. I was expecting my skill rating to go right back down to Chivalry Medieval Warfare, the extremely janky game on console where I was not able to hit anyone because I maxed out the sensitivity to try to cope for a lack of aim assist. It wasn't nearly as bad. I was still doing quite fine. I actually think third person feels better without aim assist in the short while I was using it, the 4 or so hours. And yeah, I was still landing attacks. And when I was looking at the footage, you honestly couldn't even really tell that aim assist was off. There are some scenarios where I'm not used to having it off. But for the most part, I adapted pretty quick. I turned it back on because, you know, I've played 500 plus levels with it on. I'm more used to it than without it. But I could, like, dedicate a day or so of the week where I turn it off because it's not nearly as bad as I thought it would be.
Arena.
I was seriously expecting to not hit anyone. So it's nice to know that I'm not carried by aim assist. And of course, objectively, it just gives you a lot more freedom over your attacks. The one place where I noticed it hurt me the most was when I was in first person and people would dodge a lot. When they dodged off my screen, I would tend to overshoot the follow-up attack. Like, I would track them, but then I'd go past them, and my attack would whiff. That's usually the scenario where I realized the aim assist
5,
was helping me the most.
3,
But
2,
that's negated by third person, because,
Fight!
you know, someone can't dodge off your screen in third person.
Aye.
Hello. Excuse me, sir. I would not ever advise you to use I would not advise you to ever use Maul stabs. No. Where's your stamina? Where's that Vanguard? Don't think I forgot what you did. Oh, bastard
Agatha
child.
is victorious.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
3,
Not at
2, 1. Fight!
I don't think I was using the Maul without aim assist.
Yes.
What's up, boyo? Even the slowest weapon in the game, I mean, if you don't make an offensive action, it will steal your initiative. Oh my god, that is so dirty. Sorry, but if your friends did it, you're all accomplices.
3, 2, 1. Fight!
Yes. All right.
This guy better wake up. Ooh, gaming. Oh, I didn't input a counter. That's my fault. That's a whiff. Nice. Ooh. Oh, my audio's getting in and out. Hold on. I gotta unplug my mic and plug it back in because my audio is twitching.
God's sakes!
Is victorious. 3,
Okay, now-
2, 1.
That dude's real
Fight!
nice. I want to keep fighting him. Get away from him. He's mine.
All right. Yes, sir.
You're not gonna throw a knife at me, right? It's not gonna work. Man has no stamina. Yep, he was getting real attack greedy because he had no stamina left. Would have disarmed me maybe if he was using that longsword. I don't think the mace has as high stamina damage, but I could be completely incorrect. Don't give up.
The order is victorious. 3, 2, 1. Fight!
All right. Yeah.
I see he's given up and went to a man-at-arms with a mace and shield. Nope, exhale. If you have a feeling someone's gonna try to disrespect you in the mall, exhale. It might be the slowest attack, slowest weapon in the game, but it doesn't mean it has to be that bad.
Turn around. They're behind us.
Kinda foolish.
The order is victorious. 3, 2, 1. Fight!
What's the plan here? Ooh, nice try. Nice hit, gamer. Good job. What the hell? If you don't make an action, a Maul is gonna steal your initiative, man. No. No, no, no.
The order is victorious. 3, 2, 1.
One of them left.
Fight!
The good guy left? He was probably their best player. Of course he leaves.
No way.
Dude, what are you doing? This is how you lose stamina. Look, I think he's out of stamina already. One good way to tell if someone's out of stamina, in case you can't hear their breathing, is usually when someone's out of stamina, they don't want to block anymore. They just want to attack you out of whatever you're doing. Hey, you. What's up? That's an overhead. No.
The order is victorious!
Yeah, with the Maul, you gotta be constantly moving. Do not be stationary. Oh man, this thing is a blast to use, man. I've always liked using it, but just it's always felt like once someone pulls out that one-handed sword, it's just an automatic losing matchup, you know? They don't have to respect anything you do. They can just see your attack wind up and attack you on reaction if they're adept enough. And then what do you do? Are you gonna work off of riposte? What if they start whipping out specials and mixing up kicks and stuff? But nah, I'm not giving up on this thing ever again. Only weapon I might disrespect now is the knife. Until I see someone whip out a knife in the tournament. I figure, in my head, I'm thinking the knife would be a good 1v1 weapon, right? It's fast. It's extremely short, yes. But you know, if you glue yourself to their face, that negates the distance problem. And it's special. I believe its special hits for 65. It is lightning quick. The knife special, I think, is the fastest in the game. The fastest special in the game. It's ridiculously fast. You can just whip it out for fun.
3, 2, 1, fight!
Yes!
I want to fight the dub axe. Oh my god, who am I fighting?
Yes! Oh, yes! 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 Over here! Follow me!
No. Nope. No, no, no. Do not let someone kick you using the Maul. I know I got kicked earlier, but do as I say, not as I do. That's another thing I have to work on. I usually don't get hit by kicks, but the thing is, when I see a kick, I don't do anything. I know. I just watch the kick and let it hit me, and I don't try to punish it with an attack. I have no idea why. I have no idea why that's in my brain being it.
Yes! All right!
You don't want to heal? No. I can kick you, though. Oh, man. I'm getting the hang of this thing, man. I'm feeling so comfy using this.
1.
My reactions, I think, are getting there. Oh, this is a nice weapon.
Yes!
What are you doing? Boyo. Oh my god! Oh my god! Dude, I never get to spin in this game. Never. 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 Takes me right back to the first game. But it's a lot less janky, you know? Like, spinning doesn't really work in this game because, you know, you can't hit someone with your back turned to them. See, I can't hit that teammate.
2, 1, fight!
Alright, good, they got a third one.
I wholeheartedly agree!
Have you given up? Come on, then. Don't give up. Play! Come on! Try! Yeah! Let's go. Good jab attempt. Get ready. Oh my god! Please. Even if you're fighting someone who you feel you stand no chance against, do not give up. I ran into that dude's Sidamorph. He was the second person I ran into when 1v1s dropped. The dude tossed my salad like it was he was messing with me. I've never been messed with on this game. Just outright bullied. 15-2. That's our score. Don't give up. I still played every match.
Aye!
You know you can heal? Oh, God. Makes me want to give him a free kill. Almost. No, sir. No, one-handers are easier to react to when you faint.
Agatha is victorious! 3, 2, 1.
Especially if you do the same overhead feint. Like what I used to do. Who am I fighting? You? Let's go. Come on. Oh god, he's giving up again.
I didn't mean to do that!
Agatha is victorious.
Bullcrap. Number one thing I think I learned from that tournament is more riposting, less countering. Countering definitely was my biggest weakness with this game. It doesn't guarantee damage. It feels good to do it. To see the attack react to it, that feels great, but it doesn't give you anything most of the time. And I used to always go for them. Every attack I'd see, I'd try to freaking counter it. But no, that's not how the game works. Riposts have a place. They are so significant, especially with a weapon like this, the slowest weapon in the game. Notice, it's the slowest in the game, right? I'm fighting some decent players at times. No one's countering me. Because they're scared.
Alright, alright!
I'm not even using stabs. Who am I fighting here? You? Let's go. Oh, goodness me. Sweet summer child. What? There's not even a head in there. Ugh.
The order is victorious.
What?
3, 2, 1. Fight!
Yeah, alright!
Do you want to fight me? I don't get it. Nice. Oh! I think I can defeat this guy.
The order is victorious. 3, 2, 1. Fight!
Alright, yes, sir!
Thought he was gonna take the first strike. No. No, substitute those kicks for some jabs. Another thing I think I need to work on is how to avoid jabs. I am not used to anyone jabbing me. I jab someone almost every time they hit me, but rarely do I get jabbed in an entire day of playing the game. But most experienced players know how to utilize the jab, and I'm not used to countering it. Swapping? Okay. Yeah, War Club I'm definitely not going to try to attack first. Look at that. No, sir. Those riposte overheads are so good. They're so fast.
The order is victorious.
Let's go!
3, 2, 1. Fight!
They're coming!
No, sir. Nice try. I can do slash feints as well, boyo. See, now's where you gotta start countering, because soon I'm gonna get disarmed. Yep, he was used to a rhythm. Alright, let's go, me and you, sir. I don't know what he's trying to do that's letting these excels work. I did a heavy because he's at a bit of a distance. Alright, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah!
Come on, boyo. Oh my god, the Maul! Thank you, Lord Reion! Does anyone have a picture of his face? I need a shrine. I need to build a shrine.
Agatha, it's finished!
I need to put a shrine of him in the corner of my room. What's his favorite flower? That's what I'll decorate the shrine with. Dude, there have been some satisfying weapons in this game, man. It's called the Heavy Mace in this game, right? Not the freaking Grand Mace. I can still not get this correct. Okay, yeah, it's called the Heavy Mace in this game. Grand Mace is the first chivalry. Heavy Mace, extremely satisfying. Great Sword, oh my god. Great Sword, heavy overheads, the ringing metal sound, 90 damage, decapitations. Oh, delicious. But really, is there anything better than a giant hammer? I think it wakes up a primal part of our brain. You know, big stick, big rock. The first melee weapons had to have been blunt, right? This is activating that caveman part of my brain.
The fighting pit.
This has to be like my third highest level two-hander, right? Yeah, because I was using the longsword because I want the skins, but F all that. There's a Maul to use.
4, 3, 2, 1. Fight!
All right. Yes, sir.
Nice try. You're gonna get beat up for that. Way too much dodging.
I can't.
The Order is victorious!
Come.
3, 2, 1. Fight!
This is it. Incoming.
Wow. Round the world. That's what he just did to me. No. This dude dodges way too much. Don't know what the hell that was.
Sorry.
What's up? No. Yeah, I think I get the most kick attempts when I'm using the Maul.
3, 2.
I guess a lot of people that
One.
use the Maul just
Fight!
are scared to swing, and they work off of ripostes. You can dodge again. Wow, I'm amazed that counter landed. I didn't do a counter slash there. That's what I meant to do. See what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. I see the kick. I don't put up my block, but I don't try to punish it. I don't swing. That's a bad habit of mine.
3,
And I don't know why I have
2,
that habit. It makes no
1.
sense.
Fight!
All right.
Try deck. Counter that. You friends must be punished for your sins. I'm gonna hit you with this.
The Order is victorious!
Sorry.
3, 2, 1. Fight!
All right. All right.
You gonna dodge? Look, he's like, I've never seen an attack that slow. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. I can't do that kind of stuff in first person. I wish I could. Oh, and my game's freezing. So, toward banner. This is currently the worst bug in the entire game. At random, the game will just freaking freeze, and then it'll happen every minute to 40 seconds. When this happens, I am forced to reset the game. This has been a problem since the game came out, and I don't think it's ever even been addressed. Please fix it. Gotta reset the game. Be right back. Alright, thankfully, because we have the world's most powerful console, the world's most powerful Xbox, we're right back into the action. But still, extremely annoying. Extremely annoying. You know how many lobbies I've been in with great players that I have to leave because the game is freezing? And then I look like a quitter. That's the worst part for me. When it's in the middle of a match, maybe we're on the back end, and then I just leave in the middle of it, I look like a dang sore loser who's quitting, abandoning the team. I wouldn't. I try to never quit. At least wait till the match is done to leave. But if the game's freezing like that, I refuse to play. I refuse to cope. I was coping with it the first dozen times it happened, but now, no. As soon as that happens, you gotta reset. I'm just waiting till it happens when I'm one of the VIPs. What if I'm about to make an amazing escape from
5,
Fallmeyer, and then I
4,
freeze as I jump down the
3,
wall?
2,
You kidding me?
1, fight!
Game
For
sucks.
the Iron Glove. Never.
What's up? Baynax is fast. I wouldn't want to attack first. That miss did it now. What's this?
The order is victorious!
Let's go. I got your back. Relax.
3, 2, 1, fight!
Over here,
All right.
Squire. I need help with my codpiece.
I'm looking at that boyo. What are you doing?
The lion died. You and me.
Is this Tyler? Ah, okay. I figured there was a level 80 something in here. You're gonna lose the stamina battle soon. Oh, I thought that was gonna be a regular. Nope. Just gambled with the Maul. This dude does a lot of heavies. As a matter of fact, yeah, if you know someone's gonna go for heavy attacks as much as this dude does, you can just jab them after your attack. Yeah, every one of his moves, it's a heavy. So he's gonna be jabbed into non-existence next time I fight him.
3, 2, 1, fight!
Yes, I.
Almost. No, stop. I don't know why dudes keep thinking that'll break the chain. So sorry. So sorry. So sorry. I was immersing myself too much. Nice hit, gamer. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. For the Iron Fist.
That's my apology. I'm sure they can handle him.
God's sakes!
I wonder why the Messer has always dominated this genre. It's like the AK-47 equivalent, you know? That was really good.
3, 2, 1, fight!
Agatha. Yes. All right.
Alright, gamer, let's go. Yeah, he's maybe a bit too patient. You're gonna have no stamina. Oh, that was entirely my fault. I said I'd be jabbing him, right? Why am I not jabbing him? They can win him. Yeah, typically my thought process is if someone turns their back to you like that, can't you just jab them out of whatever they're doing? When I was watching the tournament, I was surprised to see how many people were letting insane drags go. I figured they'd just be jabbed out of all of them.
3,
But there was a lot of respect shown. Granted, everyone's spacing and stuff was immaculate, so keeping someone out of jab range is a crucial part of gameplay. That's a shameful miss. No, no, no. Wanye Kest, lovely name. I should be jumping this dude, right? That's that knife special I was telling you about, by the way. Extremely quick.
Victorious. 3, 2, 1, fight!
I think I'm just gonna kick this dude to death right over here. You gonna attack first? Nice heavy. No, I can kick you though. What are you doing? No, you can't kick me. Nice. Have you given up? Why? Why give up? You could be fighting much worse people. Alright, I don't trust healing in front of this person.
The Order is victorious!
Thank you. Again, in case there's any confusion on the subject, reason why I'm doing 3v3s and not duels is because duels are just way too long, and if I end up against someone who's not that competent, it's just not very fun. 3v3 gives me a bigger sample size, better chances to fight experienced players, and quicker. Which is ironic, you'd think. You would think the mode with more people would be a bit slower in how fast you're able to get the matches going, but no, for some reason, in the 1v1, it takes way longer. Definitely backwards, if you ask me. Oh, so let me eat this banana before it goes bad. I'm starting to get those dots.
Tournament grounds. Arena!
Yes, I just had bananas in my room. Do you not? How are you going to be a man and not have bananas in your room?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, fight!
All right.
Who am I fighting? No.
All right.
Let's go. Let's go, Tyler. That's another slash. I don't know why I'm not reading the slashes this dude's doing. Actually, usually does the same maneuver. Pretty sure that's who was in my match last time. Another big problem I have in these 1v1s is because I'm so used to team objective, I try to avoid getting into lengthy engagements.
Agatha is
So
victorious!
to end the fight as fast as possible, I start acting really stupid.
2, 1, fight!
I gotta respect it. I gotta respect it more. Why does this guy not want to fight me? Come on. Nope, when you hit the ground like that. Oh, that was disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. Aye.
I think an overhead would have done more damage there. You see, this is what I was looking for.
The Order is victorious! 3, 2, 1, fight!
I see he's given up. I need to show some respect. Wait, I fought this dude before. Yeah, I remember you. No, stop. You can't freaking kick me. Whenever I see someone switch to a one-hander when we're having a two-handed battle, I just say they gave up. I mean, no disrespect. Just light jabs.
I can't! I...
Follow my lead, darling.
Nope. Very good at those, huh? But he doesn't alternate them. He just does regular overheads and then extremely dragged slashes. Like he's gonna have no stamina. No. He kicked me because he has no stamina. Now he's getting nervous.
The order is victorious. 3, 2, 1, fight!
He's gotta speed those up. Because at some point, you're not gonna fall for them anymore. Come on. Oh. That was very nice. If you just keep me off your screen like that, yeah, you're gonna have no stamina. You can't cheese me. Show me some respect. Did he leave? Oh my god, why do you leave? Hope that person had something to do and isn't just like, man, I can't beat these people, I'm gonna leave. I have no idea what I'm doing. I need this new controller immediately. See, when he does that, you should go for a jab.
Seconds.
30 seconds. That was extremely poor. You know what I'm thinking of doing next? A special riposte. This guy doesn't go for any counterattacks. Never. I keep expecting him to whip one out, but no, he just goes for riposte. Yeah, I'm gonna do a special riposte in his face next time. Oh god, bullhammer, so weird. See where he hit me? And how off that looked?
All right, yeah. Yeah, all right, further, yeah, all right, aye, down, ara, aye, yeah, Agatha, all right, for the, yeah, all right, yes, for the, all right, aye, yes, further, all right, aye, all right, the, or, yeah, yes, aye, ara, yes, no, what, the, yeah, all right, aye, all right.
Forward!
Yes, sir. Never.
What's that, a short sword? Nice. Yeah, way too much dodging. Already has no stamina.
The order is victorious. 3, 2, 1, fight!
Big stroke. I didn't even realize. There's so many horrendous names in this game. Alright, yeah, I'm definitely not going to try to get the first hit versus no one-handed sword. No. You have to do another attack.
Now, run along.
Did I get a message? I think I got a message from a friend. Oh, party invite. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, all right.
Join in right after this.
All right, yes. Aye.
The
Yes,
order
aye.
is victorious.
Each one of you is
3,
worse than the other.
2, 1, fight!
Alright, he switched to a big shield. Big shield I get to shatter. You see how comfy he is with countering slashes? So then you just start doing that. If that teammate goes down, I'm gonna throw an oil pot at them.
God's sakes!
Nope. Oi! What did he do? Kick me in the butt? I think that's what I think that's exactly what he did. Oh, Reion. Bless you so much. You've showed me a fun that I did not know existed in this game. I knew the Maul was satisfying, but I didn't know it could be so gracious.
Aye. Yes, sir. Down. Aye. Yeah. Aye. All right. The order.
Alright, Poon Slayer, come on. Oh, too much dodging.
30 seconds. The order is
Oh my
victorious.
goodness.
Agatha, it's finished.
Alright, let me join my lab.
For the Iron Fist. The Malric and the Order.
15 seconds.
Long live Malric. The Lion dies today.
Oh my god, this is so great. Alright, let me join me boy. Hello? Yo. Yo. Still don't know what the numbers mean. Yo. I watched the tournament yesterday. It lasted for 6 hours. It was really good. There was little to no cheese. It was just amazing players throughout the board. Yo, there was this dude though called Reion. It was on Twitch, but I believe the VODs are up. The guys who were hosting it were Montesor and Beard Bandit. Yo, there was this guy called Reion. He was using the Maul, which was already everyone was like, "Wow, a Maul, huh?" He whooped. He whooped 2 one-handed swords back to back, first to 5, with the Maul. Yo, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And after that, he didn't win, unfortunately. What's up?
You have the link to that tournament?
Probably. I think you can find it pretty easy. Let me see, though. I'll try to do you the favor. He didn't win, unfortunately. I don't know who took him out. But after that, after seeing what he did with that Maul, I'm using the Maul for like a straight week. I've been using it exclusively. And oh my god. There's a lot of good things about this weapon. I learned a lot from watching that tournament. There was a lot of education in there. Number one thing that I learned was, 1, I gotta stop dodging so much. Dodging in 1v1s, it eats up your stamina. You should only use it if you miss an attack. 2, stop missing attacks. If you whiff, you're gonna be forced to dodge or you're gonna get hit. And 3, less counters. Dude, riposts are the key. Counters don't give you damage ultimately, unless the person gets greedy or somehow falls for it. You know, a counter feint. But good players, they're not going to fall for counter feints. One-handers, they're a lot more reactable if you feint especially. I've been using these Maul riposts. Oh my god, dude, it's been a great time. It's been a great time. I've been doing round-the-world drags where, like, I'm almost turning my back to them and then facing them again to wallop them with a heavy slash. It is so satisfying. I've been having a stupid amount of fun. Okay, I think I found it. Yeah, I found it, so I'm gonna send it to you on Discord. But, yeah. Great weapon. Great weapon. Actually, no. Bad weapon, but if you use its strengths, you can get there. I'm trying to use counters more so if I'm low on stamina, rather than constantly doing them to every attack I see, because it's just an instinct. Like, I see an attack, I want to counter it. It feels good. It feels good to react accordingly, match the attack, try to steal the fight back in your favor, but it doesn't... Against good people, especially in these 1v1s in Arena, you're not going to end up hitting them with anything. You can block the exact frame, and if you're countering at full stamina, you're not getting anywhere. You're just kind of having a stalemate where someone's eventually going to slip up, but then you're both at full stamina. You use the counters to get your stamina back. The riposte, though, they're terrifying. Like, the Maul's the slowest weapon in the game, right?
Yeah.
No one's counterattacking me, because I'm scaring the hell out of them with the riposte. They're ridiculously fast if you want them to. Or, you can just slow the weapon down. You can slow down time with the kind of drags you pull off. I've been having a great time. Alright, I sent it to you.
You got it.
On Discord. It's a nice 6 hours. I watched all of it. It was amazing.
Whoa,
It was
just
amazing.
took me all the way to 2 hours. And a commercial.
Yeah, that was inspiring
The
stuff.
fighting pit.
I don't know if you've played
Arena.
since the latest update,
I've been not.
but
I've been absent for
Yeah.
a very long time.
I also don't know if you've seen Reddit, but basically, some regions have been dealing with matchmaking problems since pretty much the launch of the game, where there are players available, but for whatever reason, the matchmaking does not put them into matches with people. They get put into dead lobbies. And now that issue has been extended to the North American region, the NA. So, now in Team Objective, what's happening is, most matches have, like, less than 16 people. It's gotten bad enough to where, if I'm on a VIP map, I just play Horde mode, and I just go outside as the Duke or whatever, and I just fight dudes until they kill me, because there's, like, less than 10 players in these matches.
5, 4.
It's ridiculous.
2, 1.
Alright, hopefully we run into some beasts, because I need this training. Alright, me and you, sir. Oh, another thing too, less crouching. Crouching just eats up stamina. A lot less crouching. Unless you absolutely have to do an acceleration overhead.
He's going after you. Is he going after me or?
All right, yes.
This is the Maul. Thinking that it would be an easy kill.
Oh my god.
3, 2.
People really like trying to kick me with this thing.
Go!
Okay, our teammate's back. Oh, he tried. He tried to steal it, but no.
Agatha.
It's too powerful. Fear it.
3.
That dude was inspirational. That Reion guy.
And he quit.
Fight.
Perfect.
Nice.
Right. Oh, yes, yes, oh, yes, yes, oh yes.
I've never been more flabbergasted. This dude at one point, he did a riposte where he turned his back with an overhead and then feinted it into a horizontal slash where he just did a full 360 and just crushed the spirit of the one-handed sword player. Really, it was two-handers that were dominating. Long swords, messers,
3.
some dudes trying to use great swords and other things, but mostly it was long swords and messers.
Oh yes, 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 yes.
Excuse me. Couple of maces.
Cover me, watch my rear. Yes.
Alright, Jeffy. This dude seems like he really likes to swing first. Thought he'd make that a heavy slash. That's another thing. Maul is really good at draining stamina and shields.
2, 1, fight!
Yes, man. Yes, man. Maul. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes, man. Yes.
Interesting.
Agatha is
Smells good.
victorious.
Yes.
It's faster to just back out. Welcome to Chivalry.
Kind of remind me of Hero Showdown.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be ready to let go of this weapon. Because I have been very satisfied with what's happening now. Just watching all that, I feel like I've been boosted.
Do you know where is it at? Gameplay?
The dude at the mall, like the timer we're using it, I can skim through it real quick. This guy called Reion. Start watching Deer Bandit right after this ad break. Stick around to support the channel.
Well, there were some people using it as an archer in the tournament.
No, archers were not allowed.
Oh.
Yeah, there were some people in the dev team that were moderating. So anyone that was trying to join the server and ruin it got instantly kicked.
Arena!
Did it happen?
Oh yeah, like 1 or 2 people tried to mess around and got booted instantly. There was a lot of great energy though. I mean, the community is really nice, the dueling community at least. Seems that most of the weirdos are just random players. But these upper echelon dudes, they are very respectful.
3, 2, 1,
Is there an archer? It is.
fight!
We can't stand there and let them loose those arrows.
Oh, where's your head? Alright, let me keep looking for this. Reion. Didn't see who eliminated him,
Agatha is victorious!
but we saw him wipe 2 one-handed sword players. Let me stop saying wipe. Like, those are bad players. Everyone there was amazing. There were so many insane perfect reads and stuff. Let me keep looking.
Agatha is victorious. 3, 2, 1, fight!
Yes, you cover me. Keep me covered.
Oh, that was almost too dirty. You gonna make an action, boyo? That shield's going soon. I will do this until you lose every one of your weapons. Next weapon.
Yes, yes, yes.
Keep them on!
Who am I fighting? Oh my god, look how fast that is.
Jesus.
Go
God damn, that was loud.
No. Not want to have your initiative stolen by a Maul. That shield's gonna break right now. Yeah, that's probably why he swang, because he knew.
3, 2, 1,
Oh, well.
fight!
It was not that serious.
Okay, I think I just found him. When Reion's playing. Let me make sure it's at the start of it.
Oh, you.
I'm just trying to find the start of it.
You're next.
Oh, okay.
No! My blunder!
The order.
Oh my god! The world wasn't ready for it. Nice. Nice. No.
Mason.
Oh, I tried to do 2 overheads. Didn't work.
Join the order.
3,
Let me see.
2, 1.
Okay, if you want to see where he's playing, skip to 3 hours and 6 minutes. Ooh, he caught that. I'm amazed. Oh, that's an overhead, sir. Alright, sir. I don't think he healed, but...
No.
Also, I learned that if you hit the ground and your weapon bounces off, you recover faster. So maybe I'll try to show it. But sometimes when you hit the ground, look how fast that is. Sometimes when you hit the ground, you're able to steal their initiative by jabbing them right after. Like hit the ground, jab instead of overhead, miss. Then you have to dodge or whatever. I've been using it. Oh!
Archer's over there!
I am so
Alright! Alright!
Okay, let me go back to my thing, because if anyone was talking to me, I could not see it because I was looking for that other broadcast. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Jar Jar, if you want to find the hammer exactly, 3 hours and 6 minutes. That's, I think, his first fight. I think Beard got taken out by...
Oh, you went over my block.
What weapon?
You're next, by the way.
I think it was a messer?
Yes,
Probably.
yes.
art thou my unit.
Special?
Oh, I shall make it, sir.
I noticed this dude doesn't go for counters. Nope. Freak out? It's hard. Those XLs are so scary.
Come back up. Alright, well, what was the time?
3 hours and 6 minutes. Yeah, definitely try to watch as much as you can though, because it was incredible. All of
How
it.
do you say his name? Reion?
Reion, I think.
What name?
Probably. At the end of the day, the messer rules over us all. Oh, whoops, I forgot to search.
I'm assuming everybody's a PC player?
Yeah, it was because we don't have the server browser.
Oh, yeah.
So we cannot join their specific server. Excuse me. There's a guy in there, Sitamork. He was the second person I bumped into when I was trying out the 1v1 mode. Dude tossed my salad.
What the hell? That's moving and tipping down. He did an overhead into a slash and did like a spin around attack.
Observe. Observe.
Tournament grounds. Arena.
That's pause.
Yeah, I believe in his second fight, he did this move that freaked everyone out. The crowd went wild.
4, 3, 2, 1. Fight!
All right, all right.
Whoops, I did not mean to jump. I meant to dodge. Interesting. Doom effect? Can I heal,
Thanks for
sir?
your help. Thanks.
Alright, let's go. I can fight you while I'm healing. This guy has no stamina already.
Okay, this guy does nothing but slash. Only slash only.
Okay. Probably should use, like, the War Club, not the Executioner's Axe.
The order is victorious.
101 damage on a headshot throw. So the two-handed hammer has a stronger throw than the maul? Whatever. Oh. Oh, this is the game we're playing. Okay. Get the heck out of here.
Yeah. For the yeah.
Yeah, when we get the server browser, I would love to be in the dual yard and get this amazing training going. Because 1v1s are cool, but they're too slow. They're way too slow. That's why I'm here in 3v3s. Of course, free-for-all is there as well, but free-for-all has got people just constantly hitting you in the back. That's no fun.
The order is
Where's your stamina?
3, 2, 1. Fight!
All right, yeah.
Throw it at you. Oh, laggy bastard. Whoa, 700 feet. Stun down the 400 feet. Oh, God. Oh, my. Throw a knife at me, I dare you. Oh.
The order is victorious. 3, 2, 1. Fight!
For the red and black.
No, no, no.
Yeah. Down. Yeah. Help! Help! Help!
The
Help!
order is victorious.
Help me! Help!
3, 2, 1. Fight!
Don't do it. He tried. Failed. Ooh. You have no health. He's in jab territory. He knows. Wait! What? Didn't I hit him twice? What did I hit him with? I'm dead. Oh, I think I hit him with a slash and an overhead. No, 2 overheads puts him into jab territory.
The Order is victorious!
Disappear.